WXII 12 News. This is breaking news.
First at 5, breaking news. We are learning about new cases of coronavirus in North Carolina. There are more than 400 cases in the state, including 5 new cases in Guilford County today, 2 in Forsyth and 1 in Randolph County. We'll have more on the state's response to this pandemic in just a minute. We're going to return to coverage of COVID-19 shortly, but first we have breaking news in Clemens. Police are on the scene of a shooting involving a deputy on Louisville-Clemens Road. Our Brandon Bates is live at that scene. Brandon, you've been out there for a couple of hours. What are investigators telling you now?
Well, Brianna, not much has changed. Still a heavy police presence here on Louisville-Clemens Road. You can see this is everything on the other side of the crime scene tape. You can see deputies on patrol identified this Dodge Ram here as the same one involved in the disappearance of Tony Renee Handy, a female who was last seen on Friday. Police said that she may have been traveling with a man in a maroon Dodge Ram, which matches the description of this crash vehicle here. Her family is out here tonight looking for answers tonight and still haven't seen or heard from her. Back at the scene here, deputies say when this truck didn't stop, a pursuit started, ended in a police shooting the driver of 45-year-old Christopher Joel Mock of Winston-Salem. That is the suspect in that truck. Witnesses say they saw the suspect come out, appear to be hit by several bullets. We talked to the couple in this white car, if you can see over to the left. They say they were there when the suspect crashed that truck. That's when the person in the white car said police swarmed the truck and started shooting. Luckily, that couple got away unharmed. Police say other civilians were involved as well. One of those civilians taken to the hospital. Their condition is still unknown. Officials tell us they just clarified, actually, the suspect taken to the hospital is still alive. Officials say a firearm was received from the scene. They didn't tell me if it was brandished or if that suspect shot at officers or not. Deputies involved here will be on administrative leave. No deputies were shot or injured here. Now, they do say that they haven't had a deputy-involved shooting since 2008. They wanted to keep it that way. Unfortunately, this happened here today. Coming up later on at 6 o'clock, I did talk to a witness who was in this Chick-fil-A line over here who saw most of this incident. She said she was scared and she just wanted to get out of the way and get unharmed. Reporting live in Winston-Salem tonight, Brandon Bates, WXII 12 News.
Thank you, Brandon. As we mentioned at the top of the hour, more than 400 people have tested positive for the coronavirus in North Carolina. Mecklenburg County is reporting nearly 150 confirmed cases, and they have issued a shelter-in-place order. It goes into effect Thursday morning at 8, and it will last until April 16th. In the Triad, 40 people have tested positive. Guilford County has at least 16 cases, and we've also learned a member of the North Carolina A&T community tested positive for COVID-19. Forsyth County has 14 positive cases. Alamance and Randolph County have 3. Davidson has 2. Davie and Montgomery each have 1. Governor Roy Cooper is banning all gatherings of 50 people or more. Well, this time tomorrow, barbershops, hair and nail salons, and movie theaters statewide will be closed, but some places have already shut down. Our Kenny Beck is working from home today. Checking in with him on some of those businesses that are taking precautions early. Kenny?
Brianna, good evening to you. In particular, here we're talking about movie theaters, the company that's based in New Orleans that owns the Grand in Winston-Salem, as well as Amstar Cinemas at Four Seasons in Greensboro, which are 2 of the nicer, fancier movie theaters in the Piedmont Triad. They both shut down last week, well ahead of tomorrow's 5 p.m. deadline, based on the governor's executive order. The company, again, is based in New Orleans. I spoke with someone there today. They said things have been so bad there, they wanted to get out ahead of things at their various movie theaters throughout the country. Now, there is a big push right now by that company, VSS Southern Theaters, to urge Congress for help in this matter. Spokesperson tells me the hotel industry and the food service industry have been getting a lot of publicity for their struggles over the last couple of weeks, and it's certainly earned, but theaters are having a difficult time too, and not as many people know about it right now. This company in particular has 18 movie theaters across 9 states, more than 250 workers here in North Carolina, 700 as a whole, who range in age from 16 to 60. VSS Southern Theater's president and COO gave us this statement, quote, "We urge lawmakers to provide movie theaters with immediate help by enacting paid leave tax credits for companies supporting their furloughed employees, suspending payroll tax collections, providing incentives for property owners to defer collection of rent and mortgage payments, assuring loan guarantees, expanding tax loss carry-forwards and carry-backs, and business loss tax credits. These measures and more will ensure that movie theaters and our employees remain resilient and can weather this crisis so that when we come back, we come back strong. Ron Kruger says this impacts about 150,000 American employees, including the ones with his company, but the theater industry as a whole. And he said, I couldn't believe this. Last year, movie theaters in the United States and Canada sold 1.24 billion tickets. That's with a B. That is more tickets sold than all major professional sports combined. Live tonight from my dining room. Brianna, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Kenny. Good to see you. Well, Republican Congressman Mark Walker says he is not going to accept his salary until a coronavirus relief bill is sent to the president's desk. In a statement, he said struggling Americans need leadership to protect families, senior citizens, and dreams tied to the economy. Phase 1 and 2 have been signed. Well, after 5 days of negotiations, Congress is inching closer to providing assistance to Americans impacted by the deadly coronavirus. Our Bree Jackson's in Washington with where things stand. Bree.
Brianna, lawmakers say they're nearing the finish line on a nearly $2 trillion stimulus package to help struggling families and businesses. And with the economy hanging in the balance, President Trump says he wants the country up and running by Easter. Lawmakers say they are putting their political games aside and putting the needs of Americans impacted by the coronavirus first.
We combined ideas from both sides and took a bold step to protect Americans and help our nation.
The updated stimulus package includes nearly $350 billion to support small businesses and expands efforts to put money in the hands of American workers.
We had to send direct financial assistance to Americans.
It has unemployment insurance on steroids. This is a great plan.
Lawmakers say they worked out their differences over a nearly $500 billion bailout for larger companies, agreeing to increased transparency.
A new inspector general to be able to look into these contracts.
As the aid package makes its way through Congress, coronavirus cases continue to rise. New York City's dramatic increase in numbers has officials warning the worst is yet to come.
We haven't flattened the curve, and the curve is actually increasing.
In a town hall on the Fox News channel, President Trump says he's hopeful the country will be back in business soon.
In my opinion, more people are going to die if we allow this to continue. We have to go back to work.
And as the president looks to loosen social distancing guidelines, many doctors are continuing their calls for tighter restrictions on public interactions as a way to help stop the spread of the coronavirus. In Washington, I'm Bree Jackson, WXII 12 News.
Churches across the country have managed to get around bans on public gatherings by moving their services online, but that's only a partial solution. Our Bill O'Neill shows us how religious leaders are providing prayers for people fighting the virus in our hospitals.
Local ministers use the power of prayer to bless healthcare workers who are on the front line of fighting this pandemic.
And we thank you, God, in the name of Jesus, Father, for the staff here at Annie Penn Hospital. We thank you, Lord, for you having your way in the midst of everything, Lord.
We call upon you as we seek to support this community and especially all the staff members of Annie Penn Hospital.
Father, I pray that you will give them the compassion that they need in this particular season. Father, I pray that you give them the strength that they need. Many of them, their families worry about them leaving the home every day and coming back. I pray that you'll bless them, that you will protect them, that you will give them encouragement. I know that their hearts have to be troubled, yet they're still pressing through that trouble with a choice for courage in order to be ministers of mercy, grace, and healing in our community.
Ministers and nurses gather in the parking lot outside the emergency room at Annie Penn Hospital.
We are right on the front line here at Annie Penn. So to be blessed by our community ministers is that our community is embracing us and coming to our heart and our soul and making us feel like we are covered by our community and the blessings from above.
But let this community come together in your name so that no one may have to suffer.
It's lunch hour, but instead of sharing a meal, they share their faith.
Most important that the hospital workers here know that they're being prayed for, they're being supported. They're leaving their families every day to come here and do this. We want them to know that we're behind them, and they're not doing it thanklessly. It might seem that way, but we want them to know we're behind the scenes praying.
We got the best team at Annie Penn Hospital, and COVID-19 is not going to get the best one.
The chaplain at the hospital organized this event as an effort to show that the community is behind this health care effort. In Reidsville, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.
Great story, Bill. Thank you. In Mocksville, a man says that he wants to remain anonymous after making a donation to first responders. Our Meredith Stutz reports on his unexpected gift.
At its foundation, police departments are supposed to protect the communities in which they serve, including here in downtown Mocksville. But in the age of the coronavirus, over the weekend, a mysterious man decided it was his turn to step up to help protect the men and women in uniform. Near the Davie-Forsyth County line, a man flashed his lights to signal a Mocksville patrol car to stop. Chief Patrick Reagan says the driver stated he didn't want any trouble. Rather, he had a gift for the department to say thank you. These 3 different kind of respirator masks, including the CDC recommended N95 mask. In total, the chief says he handed the officer more than 25 masks, including the receipt for good measure. A donation worth more than $200, enough to equip the entire staff. The man told the officer he wanted nothing in return, only to remain anonymous.
So in the event that we have to go into a situation where somebody may be feeling ill, we want to make sure that our officers stay safe and they stay healthy. This will go a long way to doing that, and it didn't cost our department anything just because of the kindness of an individual in our community.
Now, the chief says this mysterious donor may not be through and may be heading to your police department to continue to hand out masks, all the time wearing a mask himself of anonymity and generosity. Reporting in Mocksville, Meredith Stutz, WXII 12 News.